I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And I was just telling her that she's so inspiring.
Already a legend in the history of tennis and also part of the deadly duo known as the Williams sisters, Venus is arguably one of the most loved female players to hold a tennis racket. Her personality, calmness and agility in front of the net speaks a lot about her maturity and the reason why she's the first African-American woman to become world #1 in the Open era. The veteran has had what one could say is an illustrious career, locking heads with numerous greats in competitions and even becoming a singles Olympic gold medalist and a doubles gold medalist with her sister Serena. Venus Williams perfectly embodies the traits of a professional sportswoman with her intelligence there for all to see. She has created an empire for herself outside of tennis, proving that it is possible for any player to do great things even after retirement. For many fans, she is the perfect role model, and also for the up-and-coming young tennis prospects. So with all the love shown by the fans, it makes you wonder what tennis players think of Venus Williams.
I don't like the word comeback. She's never left, so she's been such a great champion, so thank you, Venus.
The early 2000s saw the Williams sisters take over the tennis industry, with each sister making a name for themselves. It might be shocking to know, but Serena won a Grand Slam title before her sister Venus with her '99 US Open victory against Martina Hingis. However, Venus had earlier made it to the '97 US Open Grand Slam final, which she lost but did leave with a record of being the first unseeded player in the Open era to reach a Grand Slam final. Venus and Serena, who became professional tennis players in '94 and '95 respectively, have always been close to one another. Hence, these two faced each other multiple times and as a pair also dominated their opponents, which is obvious from their doubles successes. Winning together was something those sisters always loved doing right from the onset of their careers. The pair has won a whopping 22 doubles titles since they both shared the court professionally for the first time. Serena and Venus had come up against each other in singles matches, with the younger sister mostly coming out on top. Despite this, Serena has always shown great respect to her elder sister, with one of her famous words being, "I wouldn't be Serena if there wasn't Venus." This shows that despite the competitive spirit shared by both sisters, family will always come first over tennis. No true love has ever been shared among sisters in sports history, which is why the Williams sisters are viewed as one of the greatest sister duos in competitive sports. Despite Serena being the more accomplished, she always speaks highly of her sister. In a post-match interview after her 2017 Australian Open victory against Venus, Serena showered compliments on her sister, describing Venus as the only reason the Williams sisters exist. She continued by referring to Venus as her inspiration, and expressing gratitude for always inspiring her to work hard. Therefore, for these sisters, there is no such thing as sibling rivalry between them, as both sisters learn from each other's successes and failures. Unknown to many fans, the first ever match between Martina Hingis and Venus Williams in the '97 Miami Open was setting up the stage to become one of tennis's most popular rivalries. A rivalry so great that it was named the Hingis V rivalry. Both players were at each other's throats, having both hit tennis stardom around the same time. They both played against each other 21 times in matches that always seemed to go the distance. Things between both players were spicy after Martina was involved in a verbal controversy between the Williams family. The issue all started after Venus's father, Richard Williams, made a statement saying that his two daughters would make the final of the '99 US Open. Comments didn't go too well with Martina, who was the world #1 at the time. The Swiss then took a swing at the Williams clan, saying despite his comments, she is still the one at the top.
She just speaks her mind, and I just guess it has a little bit to do with not having a formal education.
Throughout the duration of the tournament, the war of words continued until the WTA had to step in to ensure peace, with Martina sending an autographed shirt to Papa Richard. More than a decade after the whole debacle, and with the rivalry now ended, Martina praised her old rival after Venus reached the Wimbledon final. She described Williams reaching the final as amazing, saying Venus now feels it's time to shine. Williams made it to the 2017 Wimbledon final at age 37, making her the oldest woman to reach the final since Martina Navratilova in 1994. One of the biggest jaw-dropping moments in history occurred when Coco Gauff won her maiden Wimbledon match against her idol and the woman she regarded as a queen. Her victory against Venus set her up perfectly to become a global superstar tennis sensation. Coco has always made it known that she owes her interest in tennis to the Williams sisters, especially Serena. So kicking off her Grand Slam journey against a Williams sister felt like fate. Coco had earlier said she wanted to play against any of the Williams sisters, only for that wish to become true in a couple of hours. Despite the pressure and her tingling nerves, Coco was able to upset her idol and with tears in her eyes, thanked Venus Williams. "Thank you for everything you've done," she said. "I wouldn't be here without you." The game sparked a friendship between the youngster and the veteran Venus that would grow over time. Speaking in an interview with People, the TV show, the youngster said she has particularly gotten closer with Venus as she talks with both sisters. The youngster went on to describe Venus as being cool, saying she always gets ecstatic when Venus talks about her on live shows on interviews. "She always mentions me on her live shows and interviews, and I'm like, this is crazy. Every time I would say I'm pretty ecstatic when she does that because I don't expect it at all." Undoubtedly, the barriers Venus and her sister Serena had broken in the world of tennis as black female tennis players have greatly aided Coco in her journey, and for this, she has always shown her respect for them both as she embodies both the quick-wittedness of Venus and the sheer power of Serena in her style of play. Tennis Hall of Famer Lindsay Davenport knows what defeat tastes like against Venus Williams. Out of the 9 major tournament meetings between the both of them, Venus has come out victorious in 5. Since her retirement, you could say that Lindsay is probably one of Venus's biggest supporters. The American has nothing but good things to say about Venus, even though they were once rivals in the court. Like most sports, all rivalries tend to die down after retirement, but matches between these two hold a place in the hearts of many tennis fans, all thanks to their 2005 Wimbledon match. This nerve-wracking match, which lasted close to 3 hours, kept everyone on the edge of their seats. Till today, the match still remains a classic, and also the longest Wimbledon final in history. Decades later, with Davenport now retired, Venus was still going on the WTA tour, which left her amazed. She has always expressed her delight with Venus, admiring the fact that she is still on top of her game while playing with an autoimmune disorder that might probably lead other players to retirement. "I cannot even comprehend how tough that is day in, day out. When you read about the syndrome, you hear about the joints and all the pain that brings," Davenport said, further saying that she has run out of superlatives to describe the legend Venus Williams. 7-time Grand Slam doubles champion and brother to Andy Murray was part of a surprising mixed doubles partnership with Venus Williams. The relationship between the Williams sisters and the Murray brothers was one that was very intriguing and fun to see. The Williams-Murray partnership was something that was kicked off by both players' younger siblings at Wimbledon 2019, a partnership described as the Dream Team. However, the Dream Team's run was short-lived after being knocked out in the 3rd round. Jump to 2022, the Dream Team has risen again, but this time with different faces, but the same name. After being absent for a while, Venus returned to the court in a mixed double pairing with Jamie Murray, hoping to get much-needed match fitness. The 7-time Grand Slam champion had not played competitively since August 2021 and had to request a wildcard to appear at the tournament. After their first-round match, Jamie lavished praises on Venus, saying she played great despite being absent from the court for a long time, further expressing the fact that it is a great experience to play with Venus Williams. In his own words, the doubles champion said, "I think you played great," referring to his partner Venus. "Like she hasn't played for a long time. First match, big court, a lot of people. It's not easy. It was a great experience to play with Venus Williams. When am I going to get the chance to do that?" However, the partnership failed to yield any trophies as they were eliminated in the 2nd round, thus failing to supersede the heights reached by their siblings Andy and Serena, who made it to the 3rd round.